Hey folks, this is a G67 1.38 mini lesson just on going through absolute value and how you do this. So this is important right up here. This is really everything. It says the absolute value of a number is simply the distance from 0 on the number line. Thus, the absolute value of 3 and negative 3 are the same. So if you think about this number line here, put 0 here. Here's 3. And let me make this somewhat to scale. Here's negative 3. 1, 2, 3 bumps. 1, 2, 3 bumps. That's 3 places from 0. Both of them are. So the absolute value of both of them, that distance from 0, is the same. Here's what really throws kids off. Here's negative 4. The absolute value of negative 4 is greater than the absolute value of 3, and it freaks kids out. How can a negative number be greater than a positive number? Because it's not the negative number. When you drop those absolute value bars, the absolute value of that is 4, and 4 is greater than 3. Okay? All right, so taking a look at these problems here, what's the absolute value of these numbers? Well, what's the absolute value of 6? Well, the absolute value is 6. Now, a lot of kids think negative 6 because it's the opposite. No, there's no negative distances. 6 is 6 places from 0 on the number line, and so is negative 6. So absolute value is always positive. What's the absolute value of negative 4? It's simply 4. The absolute value of negative 8 is 8. The absolute value of 1/2, it's 1/2. The absolute value of negative 3.75, it's 3.75. The absolute value of 99 is 99. Okay, well, let me scroll down so you can take a look at these other problems on the sheet. Now we're just going to do some comparing. Well, what this problem right here is really asking is, which of these is farther away from 0? Well, the absolute value of 120 is 120. The absolute value, or the distance from 0 of negative 200, is 200. This is greater because 200 is bigger than 120. Here's a similar problem to that first one I did. The absolute value here is 3. The absolute value here is 1. This is greater. 3 is greater than 1. The absolute value of negative 2, well, that's 2. The absolute value of 2, well, this doesn't have absolute value bars, so 2 is just worth 2. And so these two are equal. And negative 23, well, negative 23, the absolute value is 23. 14, there's no absolute value bar, so it's still worth 14. And 23 is greater than 14. I hope this little mini lesson on absolute value helps you understand it. Just remember, the absolute value of a number is simply the distance from 0 on a number line. Okay? And when you simplify that, you simply drop the bars and it becomes positive. Other most important thing, I'll go over this mistake sometimes kids make. The absolute value of 6 is not negative 6. Absolute value is always positive because it's the distance from 0. Okay? Thanks for listening.